Pro Football Weekly is previewing the first game of the NFL season. It's the Packers hosting the Saints on the Thursday night game. We know last year both these teams were wild card teams. The Saints lost in the first round to the Seahawks, while the Packers obviously went on and won it all. Is there any reason, Eric, that we should think this is going to be any different? The Packers aren't the better team?
Well, I think right now they are. They're in better shape at the start of this season than they were at the start of last season. That's an important thing to keep in mind. Green Bay lost 6 games a year ago and improved. They were the best team in January is what it came down to. So I don't think we should make too much of this game in particular as far as where these teams are at. But Dan, the Saints are a pretty good team as well.
Yeah, very interesting to see how these two quarterbacks handle the pressure and how these defensive coordinators tune up that pressure. Now, Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees, both very good against the blitz, and these are two defensive coordinators, and Greg Williams for the Saints, Tom Capers for the Packers, that like to bring pressure, get after the quarterback. Saints remodeled their whole front seven in the offseason, so they do a better job of that. Do they come after Aaron Rodgers? Do they play back? It'll be interesting to see just what the strategy is for these two guys.
Now, the Saints, of all teams, know how difficult it is to try and repeat. They couldn't do it last year. The Packers now have that ahead of them. Is there anything that we saw last year from the Saints that may be a hindrance to the Packers this year, Dan?
Well, injuries were the thing for the Saints, I think, that hurt them in certain areas, not being as opportunistic on defense, forcing turnovers. That was the key for them when they went to the Super Bowl. Didn't do as much of that. I'm sure that would be the advice that Sean Payton would give to Mike McCarthy going into this game.
If he was giving out advice at all. But it's an interesting thing with the Packers, too, because we found out a lot about the Saints last year that maybe they took advantage of the spotlight a little too much, enjoyed the good life down in New Orleans. I think the Packers are going to really do their best to try to avoid that. Being way up there in Wisconsin, it's not a bad place to be.
Now, Dan, you touched on it a little bit about how the defensive coordinators will try and attack these two offenses. How do you just see these two teams matching up, and what will the outcome be?
Well, I'm picking the Packers to win. Matching up, I expect this game to be surprisingly low scoring. I think they're week one, usually offenses are still a little bit behind on the defenses, and so I think while these are two very talented offenses, I think there'll be some miscues here and there, some hiccups, and I think in the end it's going to be a tight one, but Green Bay just by a bit.
I worry about the Packers being a little bit thin. They may not have Mike Neal for this game. And I think Darren Sproles might be a hidden secret. Everybody's talking about Mark Ingram, what he's going to do for the run game. But I think Sproles might be the new Reggie Bush in that screen game. That could give the Packers some trouble, I think.
Also, Lance Moore not going to play for the Saints. Another thing to keep in mind.
Another weapon for them that was not going to be there. We'll have to just see, though. I mean, both of these quarterbacks, they're so good, but it's a rhythm offense most times. We'll see if they have that right out of the gates. That's a look at the Saints and Packers, the first game of the NFL season. For a full preview of the upcoming year, check out our NFL Preview magazine, available at ProFootballWeekly.com.